Not everything that glitters is gold. Sometimes it's just packaging. Everybody is coded. So if you're not coded, that's on you. If you're in your mid-late 20s and you're still in your parents' house, you are still successful. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Claire Origomi-san Atakere, and if you're not, thank you so much for coming back even after I vanished for such a long time. On today's video, I'm going to be sharing 24 things I learned in the year 2024. Guys, the year has come to an end. It's been 12 whole months, and in the course of these 12 months, I have seen a lot, learned a lot, and experienced a whole lot. So I'm going to be sharing 24 of these things that I have learned. I really hope that this video would be enlightening to you. My first lesson is God does not operate the way we think. God is not a human being. We can't put God in the box of our minds because he's way bigger than that. I used to plan like a lot of things and I'll be like, okay, all I need to do is just pray and then it will go the exact same way that I planned. But more than half of the time, it never it will literally go beyond what I planned, and in my head I'm like, I thought it was gonna come this way, and then he just brings an entirely new thing to me, and I'm like, but number two is answer the question that you're asked. If you're asked a when question, don't answer with the response of when and where. At least wait for the person to ask you where before you now say where. Like, just calm down. Number three is try something new. When you try something new, there are only two things that will happen. Is that this new thing puts you in trouble, or is absolutely worth it? Regardless of what the experience is, you're going to learn something and have the opportunity to experience something different. The truth is that if you don't try something new, you're not going to know any better than what you're already used to. You might try something new and realize, I've really been suffering myself since. Actually, I've just done this a long time ago. That's just it. You never know if you don't try. So try something new so you can experience better. Sometimes it's not better, but you get there. Number four is be careful what you wish for, and not necessarily the things that you pronounce like, oh, I wish I could do this, I wish I could have this. What you wish for in your heart is also important, because whether you're saying it or not, your heart is wishing for it, and God listens to our heart. So just be careful what you wish for. Not everything that glitters is gold. Sometimes it's just packaging. Number five is there will always be somebody who has more than you or does better than you. And in that same energy, there's always somebody who wishes they had what you had or could experience what you're currently experiencing. So just be content. You can try to do better, but still be content. Number six is act on ideas immediately. Oftentimes when ideas come to me, I'll feel like the rush, the excitement, and then it dies down after a while because I won't like put it down anywhere. I won't write it. I'll just be like, yes, she is in my head. I'll remember. And then when time now comes for me to now like make use of that idea, I can't remember anything. I'll just close the chapter and then start procrastinating and all of that. But by the time I started taking down notes whenever the idea comes, seeing what I could do immediately, I realized I was moving faster, because once the idea comes, if I need to take a note, I'll take a note. If I need to do some research, I'll do some research. If I need to get any other thing done, I'll get it done. And I was moving, I was literally progressing because there was no stalling, there was no procrastination, and it just really helped me. Act on your ideas immediately so you don't lose the spark or like the whole excitement of it and then it now becomes boring. 7 is pay attention to yourself, your likes, your dislikes, comfort, discomfort, your highs, your lows. Get to know what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you anxious, what makes you scared, what makes you uncomfortable, what makes you irritated. Just get to know yourself, and when you pay attention to these things, it helps you to know yourself better, and this is very necessary when you're trying to be a better person, because you can't really be better at something that you don't know. Number 8 is to be more graceful. Everybody is living life for the very first time. We are literally winging it, do you understand? Nobody's living their third life or fourth life. Everybody's living it for the first time. We're all trying to push forward. Over times, I've just learned to take things lightly, right? It got to a point where I started telling myself, it's not that deep. Like, it's actually not that deep. Nothing is ever that deep. Don't take things so seriously. Just take things lightly and be more graceful. Okay? Number 9, not everything needs a reaction. There's a difference between responding and reacting. Reacting is like, it's raw. How you feel is how it's coming out. That's a reaction. Responding, you can still like compose it a bit. In that sense, not everything needs a reaction. And it's crazy because I noticed that some people will intentionally throw things at you just so they can get a reaction from you, especially if it's something that can upset you. They want you to react. And you really shouldn't be giving everybody the power to play with your emotions. Like, it's just not worth it. If you feel like something is going to make you react, first things first, just take a deep breath, because it's definitely not going to be easy holding back that emotion, and then look at things from a bigger picture. Like, is this thing worth me shouting? Is it worth me changing it for somebody? Is it worth me being upset over? If it's clearly not, then just keep your cool and then give a response if you have to, and then move. Number 10, not everyone who's nice to you is actually for you. Some people are seeking some kind of closure because of what you have or what they can gain from you, while some people are trying to get information out of you. They could either use this information against you sometime in the future, or they're secretly comparing themselves with you, so they use this information to know where you are in life. Just pray to God for discernment so that you know who's for you and who's not for you, and then set your boundaries accordingly. Number 11 is to listen more than you speak. We literally have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, so we should listen twice as much as we speak. When you actually listen more, you notice that people are actually uptight about their information. Like, you're the one giving yourself away. Everybody is coded. So if you're not coded, that's on you. And another thing to look at is some people will actually tell you what their intention is. Whether it's good or it's bad, they're going to tell you. Whether directly or indirectly, they're going to tell you. So you have to listen to actually get it. If not, you miss it and it becomes a story of, I should have known, had I known. Just listen more. And I know it's harder to listen more when we're excited and we want to share how we feel with people. I get that. But just try to listen more, or at least be conscious of it. Moving on to number 12. If you are not sure of something, it's a plain no. If something is sure for you, you don't need anybody to tell you that that thing is a big yes. You already know, you can already feel it from within. So if something is not sure, it's a maybe, it's a what if, it's no. Anything that is not yes is no. So take it as a no. And you really do not want to be making decisions off of things that you're not sure of. On to number 13, people are always watching. Whether you're doing the wrong thing, you're doing the right thing, you're putting effort, you're not putting any effort, people are watching you. They might not be saying anything, but they're watching you. And truth is, they will always have a perception about you. So try not to do something that will give off the wrong impressions and do things that you don't really mean to do. Because some people are even watching you as their role model. So this summit I attended, her summit, talking about sponsors and mentors. Sponsors, not somebody who's spending on you. Sponsors also create opportunities for you. So if an opportunity comes up and then they're like, okay, I know somebody who does this, so that's just so you know that people are actually watching you, and you cannot afford to put yourself in a situation where nobody wants to recommend you for anything. So just keep it at the back of your mind, people are watching you. Number 14, keeping quiet is a boundary on its own. If you're not comfortable about a thing, don't say anything about it. If you don't want people to ask questions about something, don't break it up to begin with. And even if you're asked, don't say anything. You're not obliged in any way to respond to every question that's being thrown at you. If you're not comfortable about it, just keep mute. If the person persists, you can change the topic and talk about something else. They will get the message that you clearly do not want to talk about that. And that's how you set a boundary, by just keeping quiet. Number 15, reduce your expectations when it comes to people. I think most of us already know this. People are capable of anything and everything. So yeah, just give people benefit of doubt. So that way it's easier to take things lightly because you didn't expect so much to begin with. It's easier for you to take in whatever news you have to take in. Number 16, progress over perfection. Over time, I've realized that perfection is actually a destination. Before you can say something is perfect, you must have gotten to the end of it. And for you to get to the end of something, you have to go through a process. That's where progress comes in. For the longest time, guys, I've literally been dealing with perfection, wanting everything to go a certain way, with a particular system that I have in my head. And that has stopped me from doing a lot of things. Like, not even doing a lot of it, that stops me from starting a lot of things. Because I used to be scared that if I start something, I'm not going to do it well. So I'd rather not just do it. But once I started to focus on how I was moving from one point to another point, perfection actually didn't matter. As I'm moving, I'm telling myself, this is not how I started, I have moved forward. It has really helped my mind generally, and I have been able to be more grateful with myself to know that it's not even that deep. Just start and then keep moving forward. One thing I also learned is that the more you practice something, the better you become at it. Moving on to number 17, invest in things that make you feel like a better person. Whether it's your looks, your skills, books, even the content that you consume, you want to invest in content that suits your mindset, because that way you're truly investing in yourself. Now down to number 18, an average human being is selfish. And I'm not saying this like in a bad way, like, oh, people are wicked or anything. What I mean is that people generally are concerned about the things that are for them than the things that are for you. So don't overthink anything, especially because you're trying to impress somebody or you're worried about what they'll say or think about you. Just don't sweat it. In as much as they're saying all the things that you're doing and they probably even have a perception about you, that's not their number one priority. Their number one priority is themselves. They are focused on themselves. So you too should be focused on yourself. Don't do things to impress people. Do it because you want to do it and it's a good thing to do. Moving to number 19, take a risk. Especially if it's something that you've always wanted to do but you're scared to do, just do it, because time is constantly passing. It's not waiting for you. You do not have all the time in the world to wait for when you think you are ready to do something before you actually do it. If you feel like you're not ready to do something and you really want to do it, just take the risk. Even if you don't know how to go about it, just take that leap of faith. Your dreams are not going to come true if you're not willing to take the risk that will get you there. So lesson number 20, budget your money. Budgeting doesn't only keep your finances organized, it also helps you prioritize what needs to be prioritized at a particular time, especially when you don't have the funds to afford all that you want at a go. Number 21, do what makes you happy, regardless of how weird it may seem. Quick disclaimer, if what makes you happy is going to affect somebody else negatively, please, I'm begging you, don't do it. Do what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, it is for you. You're the one with the vision, you're the one with the goal, you're the one with the schedule, you're the one that knows why you are doing what you are doing. So regardless of whether people are judging you or making fun of you, just do it. And if you feel like they're laughing at you too much, don't make them know that you're doing it, but still do it. You get? Number 22, categorize your friendships. Not everyone needs to be in your inner circle, and not everyone that you talk to need to carry the title friend. Some people are acquaintances, some people are schoolmates, classmates, some people are just people that you know, and when you see them on the road, you wave and you say hi, and there's really nothing more to it. Put people in different categories. That way you're able to save yourself the stress of maintaining friendships that you're not even sure of and you don't know where they're going. Number 23, guys, we're actually almost done. Be more human. In these times where everybody is trying to look out for their steez, their composure, it's not like everybody's trying to just be mysterious and uptight. I'm here to remind you that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have a bad hair day. It's okay to not know what to say. It's okay to feel bad and express it. It's fine. You're a human being. You're not a robot. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just calm down, yeah? Number 24. Take away self-made restrictions. Things like beauty standards, success standards, gadget standards, aesthetic standards, and everything that has to do with that. Take it away. I've always wondered, who makes these rules? Who made the rule that if you're not a certain size, you're not using a particular brand of gadgets, you're not following a color palette in your house, you're not aesthetic, or you're completely cancelled from society? Like, who actually makes this a thing? It's just putting unnecessary pressure on people. And I've come to the realization that these things are subjective. They do not have one particular way of measuring them. Beauty means different things to different people. Success means different things to different people. For some people, it's their education. Some people, it's their finance. Some people, it's their career. It means different things to different people. So don't be pressured by all these standards that you're putting in your head. If you're in your mid-late 20s and you're still in your parents' house, you are still successful. If your hair is short, you are still beautiful. You are running your own race at your own pace. Whatever success means to you at any point of your life is absolutely valid. Don't carry your pressure to 2025. As a matter of fact, I refuse to be pressured in 2025. If you watched the video to this point and you enjoyed it, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Happy New Year. Bye.